Hi, and welcome to the Fruits of Life. I'm Virginia Alexander.
I'm Stacy Godding.
And I am Susie Marie.
So, ladies, with the holiday season coming up, I know you guys have got some good presents and stuff.
Absolutely, I did. I still have a little bit of shopping to do, unfortunately. I know that we're one day out from Christmas Eve, but yeah.
Last minute shopping is always a big deal. Last minute shopping. I usually get a couple gifts after Christmas because we have the after Christmas
Oh,
sales
the sale
and
or when
stuff
you're
like that.
returning, if you're
Yeah.
returning any gifts.
Right.
Stacey, what are your plans for the holidays?
Just gonna stay home with the kids, cook, relax, stay in my pajamas.
Staying in the pajamas? Nice.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the pajama thing too. I haven't done it since I was a kid, so I think it's something it's always something you can do.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Always. It's just nice not to, like, the one day that I don't think there's anything really open Christmas Day. So
I would hope not.
it's like the one day everyone gets to be, like, you can be in your pajamas all day and relax with the family. And watch all those good, I know the Christmas Story will be on, and that will be on at my house for the 24-hour marathon.
Yeah. Did you know you can actually tour the house? The Christmas Story
Yes.
house?
Yes. Oh, and they have all those cool artifacts.
Yes.
And that's such a good thing to do with the kids.
Definitely. That'll be definitely fun. That'll be something to do. Definitely.
Hopefully we'll get a little snow, make it seem a little more festive than it really is.
I'm hoping.
Right
Our
now
weather
it's a
guy
little
wasn't so
blah.
positive.
Yeah. Which brings us to today. We have the lovely people from Applewood joining us.
Yes, all about the holidays.
Definitely. I'll be interviewing Naomi. She's in charge of marketing.
And I'll be interviewing Margot, and she's the director of Applewood.
And I'll be interviewing Ebony, and she is the social worker from Applewood.
Definitely, because this time of season, children are,
In need of
home.
homes.
They need homes and
And
stuff,
love,
so.
in need of love, too. A lot of love.
Definitely,
It's all
definitely.
about the family here today. So
Definitely. So we have an action-packed show for you. It's going to be very educational, and it's going to be great for us.
I agree. And
And we're going to definitely get into, because it's very important that we express the real meaning behind Christmas. It's not just exchanging gifts. It's actually giving of ourselves,
And I think a lot of people got lost in that. I think that a lot of the kids nowadays, think, oh, it's all about the gifts. And yeah, today's show is all about really what real Christmas is, and that's giving back to your community, giving back to children, and helping get those children fostered.
Definitely, because it's very important. It's this time of season where children need somewhere that they feel that they belong, that love and shelter that a lot of children, don't have. Our children take advantage of. We need to not take those things for granted, like having a warm house and food. And
Just
things
even
like
a bed to sleep in and to wake up on Christmas. So
All right, we'll be right back with Margot from Applewood. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to the Fruits of Life. I'm Stacy. I'm here with Margot Williams. How you doing today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us. Margot is Director of Foster Care and Adoption and System of Care, and she works for Applewood. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Applewood?
Applewood Centers, our mission is solutions for children, youth, and families. So what we do is we provide many services to children and their mental health services. So in addition to foster care and adoption and other program that I direct is called System of Care. And System of Care is a program that tries to work with families who have youth who have a mental health diagnosis, as well as involvement in different systems. So the juvenile justice system, Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services. We provide services to the families in their neighborhoods so that when we leave and the other people who are on part of our team, which we facilitate, leave from the family's life, they're able to function at a higher level, and they've prevented programs like juvenile jail or foster care. In addition to those programs, so foster care and adoption, which we'll talk about more later.
Okay.
But in addition to those programs, we have a residential services, so that's for youth who have mental health problems and they are unable to live in the community. We provide residential services so that they are able to live in the community again. We also provide psychiatry for outpatient and for people who are residential, as well as our foster care youth. We have a psychology department that does psychological testing. We have school-based counselors who are in many of our schools in the greater Cleveland area. We have in-home services that provide in-home therapy for individuals and families. And we have a school called Eleanor Gerson School, and our school goes from middle school to high school. And that's for youth, again, who are unable to participate in schools in the community due to a variety of issues. And I think I got all that.
Wow.
Good.
I don't know how you remembered it all. I had no idea that Applewood did so much for the community. I just thought it was
Yes.
foster care. I didn't know about all the other problems you had, or other programs you had
Yes.
going on.
Well,
so.
Applewood Centers has been around since the 1800s.
Okay.
We were one of the original services for people in the community, one of the original not-for-profit agencies, as well as one of the first public schools in the area. Applewood Centers was formed by the merging of different agencies that have been around for years, such as Children's Services, Children's Aid Society, and so we've been in the community for many, many years.
That's wonderful. So how did you get involved in the organization?
I actually was doing a job search. It was time for me to make a move from another agency, another place, and I interviewed for the position. And actually, once I got the position, I said to myself, I was bored to death where I was before, because in my position, there's never a dull moment. So there's always something going on, and so I love it.
So you've always been involved in social work then?
No, I haven't.
No?
I actually have an undergraduate degree in computer science. I worked at a large corporation in Rochester, New York for many years. And as part of a coaching program, I learned that this is where my heart was. It was interesting because if you know anything about coaching in large organizations, they do it so that they can improve your productivity at their company. But what happened for me was that my coach helped me to figure out that I needed to be in social work. So I went back to school and I got my master's of social work, and I've been doing social work since 1997.
So he actually inspired you to become involved in social work, or how did you
he
become
helped
inspired?
me. He helped me. Actually, ever since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to help people. And when I was younger, what I thought that meant was child psychologist. So when I was younger, I wanted to be a child psychologist. But I am a very empathetic person, and my fear was that I would get too involved.
Right.
And I was good at math and science. So being good at math and science, I went the computer science way.
Okay. Well, it takes
But
a
I
very
found my
special-
heart.
Yeah, it
That's
takes
where
a
I was
very
supposed to
special
be.
person to
This is
do
my
what you
calling.
do.
This is my calling.
That's amazing. So as a director of Applewood, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? It sounds like there's so much going on. How do you keep it together? I mean, are you working 12 hours a day?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they're 12-hour days, but not always. In the direction of a program, what we do is in foster care and adoption, we are ensuring the safety of our youth who are in foster care and adoption. So that is why the youth are placed in foster care, because they are in an unsafe situation at home. So we are licensed by Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, and we run our program based on a set of rules that come from the state of Ohio. And so we are the people who are in charge of the foster homes. So we're licensed I'll say ODJFS, that's Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, to license foster and adoptive homes, to license foster homes and approve adoptive homes. And then we make sure that they're following the rules. We
Okay.
have to follow rules to make sure they follow rules. In addition to that, we provide mental health services to the youth who are in foster care. And so in addition to that, with my other program, Systems of Care, we're providing mental health services to those families. And so I have different responsibilities. I have responsibilities to fiscal responsibilities, make sure we're on budget, make sure that we have the right amount of youth in our programs, make sure we have the right number of foster homes, finding quality, training and maintaining quality foster homes. So that's a major thing that we're working on.
How hard is that? I mean, I don't know how to put this. Are there a lot of children that need foster care as opposed to foster homes? So, like, how is
Yes.
that ratio is what I'm
Yes.
trying to say, I guess.
We have a need in Cuyahoga County for families who are willing to provide foster care to children who are adolescents and also children who have a higher level of need. So children who may have higher behavioral difficulties, children who have, or come from a sibling group. So they're hard to place, and so right now it's a challenge to find foster homes for that group, for those groups.
So you try to keep siblings together.
Definitely.
That's good.
Definitely.
Let's see, what else? How should I say, how can people get involved if they want to foster a child, but they feel like they just can't? They don't have the ways or the means. Is there something else that our listeners could do to help the children that need foster care?
Yes. They can help us get the word out. If they are not able to foster, or they don't want to at this time, they can tell their neighbors. They know somebody who is good with children. They know somebody who has a heart to deal with children, who has the temperament, who has the space, who is able to do that. And so we want them to get the message out to show you care, become a foster parent. They can tell their friends and neighbors to contact us at 216-696-6815, 216-696-6815, and they can speak with our recruiter, and they can tweet, to their friends. They can put it on Facebook, show you care, become a foster parent with that phone number.
Okay, and how do you find the children that need, not find, but how do you come across, I guess, find children that need foster care and need help?
Most of our children come from Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services.
Okay.
And they send referrals, and we get them via the email. So they send referrals to many agencies at the same time. They tell us the different characteristics of the youth, and then we look at that to see if we have a foster home that matches those characteristics, and then that's how we're able to make a match. We pride ourselves on having, we don't have high turnover. Okay. One of the things that we find in foster care is we don't want children moving from home to home to home. So at Applewood Centers, we pride ourselves in the initial match. In other words, we don't just put a child in a home because we have a home that's available. We make sure that we look at what that child needs, and we have, as a team, we are constantly assessing our foster parents to see what their strengths are as far as what youth they can take in their home.
So how long does it, the process from beginning to end to become a foster parent, how long does that process take to actually get the go-ahead to say, okay,
That varies. And it varies because in the process there's a lot of paperwork. There is a training session that's 36 hours that people do after they do the home study process. So if you can imagine that we want to provide safe homes, we have a lot of different things that we require during the home study process. I would say the shortest that I've seen it happen is in 3 months. The longest could be, 6 months.
Well, it's important, it's important to get the perfect match. Yes. So I can imagine it would take 3 to 6 months for something like that to happen.
They're checking us out. We're checking them out. So it's a dual assessment.
And do they get to meet the child first?
No, not in most cases. Most of our placements are emergency placements.
Okay.
But some are, some of the youth who are coming from our residential program, they're able to go and visit with them before. But other than that, most of our placements happen on an emergency basis.
Okay. And one more question, what are some of the big issues facing the foster care field, or your organization in particular?
Well, you'll see, you have seen in the news here in Cleveland recently, there was a big series the Cleveland Plain Dealer did on youth aging out. That is a big deal. Youth aging out of foster care without permanency, without a home, without some place to go. So that is a major issue right now.
Okay. So where could people go if they want to get more information? We're almost done. Do you have a website? If they didn't get to scratch down that phone number, if you want to say the phone number again?
Okay. It's www.applewoodscenters, one word, .org, applewoodscenters.org. And our phone number again is 216-696-6815.
Okay. Do you have a Facebook page or anything people could follow you guys?
Not yet.
Twitter? Okay.
Not yet.
Just wanted to work that social media aspect. Just wanted to cover all my bases here. Well, I want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Taking time out of your day, especially during the holidays. I know how busy it can be, to come and talk to us. I think it's a very important message, and I'm glad that we were here to get the word out for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was great to meet you.
Nice meeting you also.